Yeah, man, TikTok had me off of this platform for a week. And since then, my vibes have been like janky, getting back focused, getting back right. But we're here and we're getting back right. And we're doing what it is that we do naturally. How y'all feeling, man? What's up? Talk to me. What's everybody up to? Yup, we here, we live, we in effect. Today is an extraordinary day. Hey Sherry, what's up? Fabulous 2.0. How you feeling? Myrna, what's up? Myrna Michelle. Cookie Mama. What's up, cuz? What's up? How you feeling? I gotta regroup with you, cuz, because we got a show happening this Friday, but then we also have another thing happening at the end of the month. So we gotta link up, we gotta get to it. How's everybody doing? I need a t-shirt person. A t-shirt person? I got a t-shirt person for you. I absolutely got a t-shirt person for you. Let me know. Let me know what you need. I connect you with this person that I recently got connected to it, but they got some good work apparently. So I got you. I got you, Mr. Live Life. What's up, my G? Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. If y'all see me turn to my right, I'm turning to my right because that's how I got to read the Instagram comments. I'm live streaming on TikTok, and I found a way to send it to my Instagram. So we here. Yup, for those who don't know, man, my name is King Hoodie. I'm a recording artist from Miami-Dade County, Florida. I make music, and you're now tuned into my live stream. Yeah. Man, they had Mwen La Chef just enjoying the views. Hey, that's what's up. Send me the info, please. I got you. I'll text it to you. Rare Visionary, what's up? I got you. I'll text you the t-shirt person information today, cuz I got you for sure. But yeah, I was live streaming like crazy on TikTok. Then TikTok kicked me off last week. Not even last week, but like 2 weeks ago. And then after that, that kind of shook up the flow of everything. But now we're just getting back to it. Life is good. Everything is good. The universe is good. We up in here, man. Ready to have a dope-ass conversation. But again, for those who don't know, my name is King Hoodie. I make music. And this space, man, we really end up talking about everything. And we talk about relationships. One of the most interesting topics I think that we covered in this is like, do you know what it's like when you're in a relationship with somebody that's jealous of you? You know what I'm saying? I feel like this has been a really funny topic because every time I bring it up, I end up hearing different stories of people who's like, yo, yeah, I was in a relationship with somebody who was jealous of me and I didn't know until the relationship was over. They would sneak dissing me on the low, or they wasn't really happy for me whenever I was winning. They wasn't really like supportive of the things that I wanted to do. And I'm like, okay, that's interesting. Because I didn't know that people in relationships could be jealous of each other. But it's like the weirdest shit in the world because when you do bring up that topic, you get people to start pouring out their like, you know what I'm saying, their experiences, and it becomes really funny. It becomes a really funny thing. And so, yeah, but this space is a space for dope combos, man, dope vibes. We end up unpacking a lot of stuff on my lives. I'll be honest with you. Like, if you go on my Instagram, if you go on my YouTube channel, you'll see like an entire TikTok live replay section where all the replays for all the lives is at. So you go straight on my YouTube channel, and there's like 50 live streams in there. And every single one of them is dope, and every single one of them is different, and every single one of them is like intentional and intense in its own way. So it's just real crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy to bring it back and make it pop. You feel me? So we here. What are y'all up to, man? What are y'all up to today? Today's Tuesday, May the 7th. I think I have like 2 different events to hit today. Today's going to be an interesting day. I've been feeling tired lately. I'll be honest with you. I've been feeling like, I don't know what's happening in my life right now, but I've been feeling like hit. You know what I'm saying? But it's good because we're making progress. But the progress that we're making is like structural progress. It's not really outside like, oh, everybody's hearing and seeing what we're doing. It's like, nah, we're building this stuff up on the inside so that when it does come out, it's all coming out like bam, 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 bam. And I didn't know how much work actually goes into that shit. Like structuring your business the right kind of way. I didn't know how much work actually goes into structuring your business the right kind of way. And delegating to the right people. It's a whole skill set. So when you look at niggas like Elon Musk or Steve Jobs or, you know, like these great leaders in business, you got to give them a lot of credit, man, because it takes a lot to be a great leader in business. Like, it takes a lot. You got to, like, be a kind of person that completely understands every facet of your business and can take those facets and delegate them, give them to somebody else for them to do. That's something I'm learning in real time because I have not been able to do that before. I feel like I was the kind of person before that was like, yo, anything that needed to get done, I would just do it myself. You know what I'm saying? I would just do it myself, and I would just, like, muscle it. But you can't muscle everything. You can't muscle life. You know what I'm saying? You got to, like, really show up, and you got to really be there, you know what I'm saying, to make those things happen. and you got to make sure that the people around you are also very qualified and are equally qualified to make them things happen. You know what I'm saying? And it's just something I'm learning in real time. You know what I'm saying? But it's still fun, man. It's still super fun. I'm at the point right now in my career where I feel like I only want to do the things that are fun and beneficial. You know, I don't want to do any more of the things that are like, this shit is not fun and it's also not that beneficial. You know what I'm saying? Like working with artists that I don't want to work with, or working with producers I don't want to work with. Like I feel like I got a luxury right now to be able to look at somebody and be like, nah, I don't want to work with you. I don't give a shit who you are. You could be Khaled. You could be, you know, anybody. You could be whoever you want to be. Like, nah, I don't really want to work with this kind of person. And the average bear would look at that like, nah, bruh, it's an opportunity. Like, you got to go and work with this person because it's a great opportunity. I'm like, nah, you got to understand something. An opportunity that comes at the cost of your integrity is not an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? An opportunity that comes at the cost of who you are as a person is not an opportunity. It's a test. And you fail in that fucking test because you're so thirsty for anything to happen in your life that you're giving yourself to everything. You give yourself to everybody. And it's like, nah, you got to be selective. And I think that's one thing I can say about my career from the start is I've always been selective. Kari, facts, right? What's up, Kari? How you feeling? Yeah, that's one thing I can say about my career from the start. I've always been selective. You know what I'm saying? And some people, they don't know how to move it like that. Fabulous, drop them gems. Hey, Myrna Michelle, straight up, preach. Nah, that's one thing I've been able to say like my whole life. I've been selective. People can never say they see me everywhere. You've never seen me at the strip club 3 nights in a row, or you might not see me in a whole year. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna see me in certain rooms, certain places. I heard this quote a long time ago, and it always stuck with me. And the quote was, "The rooms that you're not in are just as valuable as the rooms that you are in." I'll say that again for the people in the back. The rooms that you're not in are just as valuable, just as important as the rooms that you are in. The rooms that you're not in. You get it? Like when some people come into certain places, weird parties with weird energy, people doing weird shit, and they see you in there, it's like, oh, okay. I thought you were this kind of person, but because you in here, imagine like you go to church and you see your pastor all the time, and your pastor is Bree Now. I enjoy listening to your experience. Appreciate you, Bree Now. Fabulous, preach. Myrna Michelle, facts, straight up, dropping gems. I'm good, how are you? I'm good, Kari, how are you? Hello from Virginia. Izzy, what's up? Bill J, appreciate y'all. No, yeah, imagine you going to the strip club and you see your pastor in there, like somebody who you actually look up to. Like not just a regular, like somebody you actually look up to and you believe in their family and their ethics and their, you know, their core values, and you see this person in the strip club acting a fool. Like the way that you're going to perceive this person after that experience is not going to be the same as if you would have never seen them in there. The rooms that you're not in are just as valuable as the rooms that you are in. So like, and that doesn't have to be on that extreme level, like finding a man of God in a strip club, but it could be, it's the same thing. It's the same thing universally across the board. If you know that the people that you're about to walk into this room and work with are not good people, you got to understand other people know that too. Like you're not you didn't just discover that this person was a bad person. It just dawned on you, but you didn't uncover this. Like it's not a groundbreaking truth to the world. People know that. So like when they see you in the room with them, they'll automatically say, "Oh, I know this person. This person is a snake." And then now, does your shirt say "Face your demons"? Yeah, Kari, it does. It's just backwards, but it does say "Face your demons." You got incredible vision if you can read that like that. Feel me? Myrna Michelle. The rooms you are not in are just as valuable as the rooms that you are not in. The rooms that you're not in are just as valuable as the rooms that you are in. It's facts. Super fact. That's cool, right? It is cool. But no, it's true. The rooms that you're not in are just as valuable as the rooms that you're in. And I always, that always stuck with me because I knew it was true immediately. Like how some of y'all hearing this for the first time and y'all like, oh, I absolutely understand what that means. Like, that's true. The rooms that I'm not in are just as valuable as the rooms that I'm in. Because I could walk inside a room right now and I could take a picture with somebody, and if that picture goes on the internet and people know this person for being a terrible person, they're naturally going to associate me with that too. They're probably going to think, oh, I like that. They're probably going to think I know all the same things that they know about this person, and I'm still choosing to hang out with them. It's called misrepresentation. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here and I might be the best person in the world, but because I'm surrounded by the worst people, birds of a feather flock together. The average person is not going to look at them and be like, oh, you know, that person out the group is probably just a good guy who really just has the best intentions, who just happens to be around the wrong person. No one's going to think that. Jerry Yazzie, what up, Jerry? Welcome to the live. Nobody's going to think that. They're going to look at you and say, yo, birds of a feather flock together. You know what I'm saying? Show me who your friends are and I'll show you who you are. Like, our grandma's been telling us for millions of years, you got to be selective, man. You got to be selective about the places that you go and the people that you're with. If you don't, then you got to understand you're lining yourself up for whatever might come next. You know what I'm saying? And if whatever comes next isn't something that you want, you've earned it because you didn't do your due diligence, or you did your due diligence and you still put it into your head like, okay, I know this person is a snake, and I know this person is a thief, and I know this person is not a good person, and I know this person is just not a good person, a bad person, but they got a lot of money and they got a lot of followers and they got a lot of people that listen to them. So I'm going to go and give my services to this person and stand as close as I can to this person because I'm assuming in my own brain that their wealth is going to somehow trickle around to me if I stay next to them, or their following is going to trickle around to me if I stay next to them. And what you don't understand is, bro, even if that was true, even if first off, it's not true, that you're not going to hang around somebody and all of their things are just naturally going to gravitate to you, right? But even if it was true, all them things that they got attached to them are not things that you want anyway. They got 1 million followers, and those 1 million people are looking at them, waiting for them to fail. Do you want 1 million people looking at you, waiting for you to fail because they really secretly don't even like you? Or do you want 1 million supportive people? Like the people that are like, yo, you built this brick by brick. You met these people face to face at events, at concerts, whatever the case may be, and you actually dedicated yourself to building a genuine relationship with them. And now you got 1 million people, or even if it's 1,000 people, even if it's 2,000, even if it's 7 people on this live and 2 people on the Instagram live. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if it's a small group of people, those people genuinely like you. They genuinely wish the best for you. They genuinely want you around. That is far more valuable than 1 million people waiting on your downfall. You got to know that. You know what I'm saying? And we got to know that. And a lot of times we don't. We think, oh, the numbers only matter, so 1 million people is a good, so let me just go around and see if I can get around this 1 million people. It's like, no, you got 1 million people that don't like you. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So you got to understand, like, if you get a vibe about a person, other people also got that vibe about that person, and you definitely, like, you got to make the right decision. And it's called integrity at the end of the day. Your integrity is going to tell you what it is. Like, if you don't have no integrity, you're going to say, I want to go around this person because they're popping, because them being popping is the only thing that matters. Quality over quantity. Right. Them being popular is the only thing that matters. So I'm going to go dedicate myself to this. Bro, are you crazy? That don't make sense, bro. I've been around a lot of popular people. I've also been around a lot of rich people. I've been around a lot of beautiful people too. And one thing I found about beauty, wealth, and popularity is that they're all surface level. They're all things that can be attained by people who have no depth of self, no sense of self, no sense of integrity, no sense of self-care, self-love for themselves or anybody else. Being a pretty person does not make you a good person. Being a rich person does not make you a good person. Being a popular person does not make you a good person. Being a good person makes you a good person. Being somebody who got integrity makes you valuable. Being somebody who is like, yo, if I said I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. Even if it takes me all year. I said I might do this in a month, and then life starts beating the shit out of me, but I'm still going to do it even a year later. That shows integrity. That shows grit, because how many people are willing to say, I'm going to do something, have no way of getting it done, and then still find a way to get it done, even at the end of it all. That's a person that you want to build with. Yeah, it might have took you a little longer than you thought. Every business plan needs alterations. Let's be for real. It might have took you a little longer than you thought, but you still made it here. And I'm still proud of you for making it here. Versus somebody who's like, bro, I don't care about any of that integrity. I want instant gratification. I want to go hang out with the person who got 1 million followers. I don't care if they're an evil person. I don't care if they're a bad person. I don't care if they're doing things to people in the middle of the night that I don't approve of. I'm just going to go get around them and get what I could get. And this is how society has been moving in recent times. Yeah, it's in the Bible. There we go. And then this is how society moves. Like, I'm going to go and be around this person so much. This is my brother. We friends. We family. Shout out to my God. I'm going to wish this celebrity a happy birthday when I don't even tell my brother happy birthday, my sister happy birthday, my girlfriend happy birthday. I'm going to go tell the celebrity happy birthday. And then when that celebrity ends up in trouble, in a scandal, in a rap beef, or in jail for some crazy stuff, all them pictures on your social media automatically disappear. All the my brother, my sister talk, all that disappears. And now you're like, oh, okay. Now you start looking at the receipts like, okay, while I was friends with this person, how much did I get from them? Did I get, okay, my followers went up 2,000 followers that one time that they had posted me on their story. And then maybe I met this one person at their house party. Maybe I could call this person and do a business. But you already start calculating. You know what I'm saying? Like the fact that you went into this knowing you didn't even like this person, but knowing you were playing a game just so you can get something. And then when that person's face gets dirty, or when the truth about them comes out, you distance yourself immediately and you dodge all the bullets. And you're like, oh yeah, I don't know anything about what they're doing. Yeah, I'm just here. How many people was loving on Diddy until now? How many people was loving on Tory Lanez until he ended up in jail? How many people was loving on, R. Kelly? I'm R. Kelly's best friend. I'm the great. That was your claim to fame, being R. Kelly's best friend. And then the documentary came out. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I'm not saying anything that people don't already know. We know this. You know what I'm saying? But the sad truth is, it takes integrity to sit and say, bro, I don't give a damn how many followers you got. If you're not a good person, I'm not going to work with you. You know what I'm saying? You got to always believe that you got that luxury. You know what I'm saying? Never think, oh, I'm a small fish. This is a big fish. Let me just go and try to get some. Nah, bro. Because if that person ain't a good person, bro, the world is going to figure that out. And when they do, you're going to be sitting there trying to backtrack all that, ass kissing that you did anyway. So I always want to let you know, integrity is everything, man. It's not quantity over quality. It's like Kari said a second ago, it's quality over quantity. You know what I'm saying? You got to know that. Let me see. More or less. Hey, what's up, more or less? We'd love to have you at my show on Friday. If I'm looking this way, I'm reading the Instagram comments. When Zoe says that person ain't good, please believe him. Right. Send a playlist. Right. That's in the Bible. Right. All those things are fleeting. Right. Exactly, man. T-Row, what up, T-Row? Welcome to the live. All those things are fleeting. It's true. Like being beautiful and then being rich and then being popular, those are things that the world covets. Like even people who say that they don't want that, they really want that. And whenever people sit and say, yo, life is not a popularity contest, I'll be like, it kind of is. It really kind of is a popularity contest, because what you understand is that when people know you and they know you for good things, your life, the quality of your life changes. It absolutely changes. Man, I went inside a club the other day. I had multiple people buying me drinks and I didn't even drink. I wasn't drinking. So I was like, yo, I'm in there, and the owner of the club was like, hey, bro, what's up? Hoodie, how you doing? First off, I got to this spot and I walked up and the bouncer was like, yo, what's up, man? How you been? I'm like, I didn't know I knew this guy. He was like, how you been? I'm like, good. He was like, yeah, man, no, I remember seeing you perform at Riot World, another artist in Miami, years ago, bro. Like, yeah, you still killing it? I'm like, yeah, I'm still killing it. He said, man, it's great to see you. I'm like, that shit feels good, bro. Let's be honest. And then when I went inside the spot, the owner of the bar tapped me like, what's good, man? How you been? I'm like, what's up? He said, you don't remember me, do you? I'm like, nah. He said, man, my name is Max. I used to own I was the owner of the bar inside of this hotel a few years ago, and I met you with this person and this person. You came in with this person and this person. I'm like, oh, okay, what's up? And I did remember him. I was like, oh, what's up? And so he was just like, he was like, oh, no, good, man. This is my new bar. This is my new project that I'm working on right now. You know, we here at these hours and these hours. Let me know if you ever need a vibe. Like, come through. What are you drinking right now? I'm like, oh, I don't know. Whatever. And he's like, okay, yeah, don't worry, I got you. And he started going to get me some drinks. I'm like, cool. And then another guy walked up like, yo, bro, I just came in from out of town. You know, I saw him earlier in the day. He's like, yo, what are you drinking, bro? Like, let me get you a drink. I'm like, yo, okay, cool. What am I drinking? And so I tapped the other guy. He said, we drinking this and this. And I'm like, yo, we drinking this and this. So I'm about to get multiple drinks, and the bouncer loved me. And then on top of that, I knew everybody in the party, right? And I'm not saying that to brag, because every single one of them relationships took me years to build, because I am consistently who I say I am. You know what I'm saying? King Hoodie isn't going to remember us once he's super famous. I'm going to definitely remember you, Ajane, for sure. I can't forget you. I just wrote you a note. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to remember that forever. TikTok user who? Nah. But I say that to say, like, I walked aside of the spot, multiple people trying to look out for me, and I'm like, man, this feels really good. You know what I'm saying? It does feel good. And what I'm saying that to say, everybody says life is not a popularity contest, and I would never say, hey, thank you for that heart. Appreciate you. Not Zoe, LOL, Zoes. Oh, okay, yeah, Zoes. Zoes. Yeah. When the Zoes say that person ain't good, please believe them. Facts. Nah, and what I'm saying is, like, people say that life is not a popularity contest, but in some ways, it actually is. Like, never be afraid to meet people and never be afraid to show people, hey, appreciate that, Putney. Appreciate that. Thank you for that bracelet. Never be afraid to, like, make friends. You got people out here that be like, no new friends. I'm only going to hang out with my day ones. And it's like, bro, you're living in a very small world. There's a lot of beautiful people out here, right? However, never over preoccupy yourself with trying to be popular and trying to please everybody and trying to do everything for everybody. That shit would never make you happy, and it would never do it. I'm just sharing that experience that I had this weekend, because I'm like, yo, if anybody that says life is not a popularity contest, it kind of is, because when people know you and they know you for good things, the quality of your life changes. You walk inside a certain place and the shit be like, what's up? And you just feel good. You feel good because no one can ever say you did anything shady. No one can ever say you did anything shitty. Everybody can always say, yo, I came inside the party and I did my best. And if any bad thing happened in here, I'll take the L on that shit and I'll leave. But I'm not gonna be foul to you. I'm not gonna be crazy to you. I'm not gonna do any of that heinous shit to you, because that comes back, bro. Karma is real. And so, and it's refreshing, you know what I'm saying? But on a small level, your popularity can change the quality of your life. However, never put that shit above actually being a good person. Because if I'm popular for the wrong shit, that's crazy to me. I'll walk inside that room and nobody would really like want to buy me drinks and hang out with me. They'll really just be like asking me questions about all the scandalous shit they heard. They would really just be nosy. They'll be standing next to me like, oh, yo, what's up? How are you? Look, I saw you in the paper and you did this and that. And it's like, yeah, you're just standing there and the energy's not even gonna be good. Like when you're famous for toxic shit and when you're famous for bad things, it's crazy. Attract, never chase. Izzy, facts. Yo, what up, Ram? Welcome to the live. Fabulous. Your day ones can hold you back to reach the next level. Yo, that is so true. That is so true. Fabulous on Instagram. That is so true, like nobody's business. I was just speaking to one of my homies about it. I'm like, yo, what happens when you got to evolve past a day one? He didn't agree with me. He was like, yo, bro, Tayshia, what's up, Tayshia? Welcome to the live. He didn't agree with me. He felt like, and I respect his opinion because I feel like most people feel like this now, especially coming from our community. Like you got to hold your day ones down. But he was like, nah, man, look, my day one been with me. We might not talk every day, but we still gonna be cool forever. And there's, oh, you always gotta have grace for them. And I'm like, yeah. However, there are some day ones that you got with Tayshia. Appreciate you for the hearts. Thank you for that. Thank you, Tayshia. Am I saying the name right today, Tayshia? Hi, King. What's up, Tayshia? You got some day ones that like you love them. I love all my day one people for sure. However, after a certain point, you gotta be conscious and you gotta be aware of like, man, some Chasing Smiles. What up, Chasing Smiles? After a certain point, you got to be aware of a person's contribution to your life and a person's contribution to your energy. And if my day one is my day one and I love you, however, I'm being honest, outside of our friendship, bro, you kind of negative. Like this is a negative. Some of your aura is negative. Some of your vibe is negative. Some of the things that you choose to say is negative. Some of the things you choose to surround yourself is negative. Like the weirdest thing to me is how some people surround themselves with toxic people for entertainment purposes. Like that shit blows my mind. You know what I'm saying? And I know people like that. Like, my ex was like that. Like, she had friends that she knew were toxic, but she just loved it. She loved to hear the stories. She didn't want to do what her friends did. Like, oh, no, I could never do that. But I love surrounding myself with other girls who are doing that so I could just listen to your stories and live through you. Like, you're my spirit animal. That's the kind of shit she would say. Like, she's my spirit animal for sure. I'm not going to do nothing she's doing, but I love hearing the stories. And I'm like, what you don't understand is that those stories eventually become your narrative too. Those stories become your life. You are who you hang around. Like attracts like. You're going to become what you surround yourself like. Ain't your grandma tell you this shit? Show me who your friends are and I'll show you who you are. Someone else said it in an even more awesome way. Someone said it, only A1s, day ones. Hey, real, straight up. Someone else said it in an even more awesome way. They said, show me who your friends are. No, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. And I was like, ooh, fire. Show me who your friends are and I'll show you who you are. And also, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. It's like, come on, yo. Show me their bank account and I'll show you yours. Come on, bro. It's real. So, like, you can't really afford that shit. Even if, like, and also don't get caught up in this false sense of loyalty. Like, you have a false sense of loyalty to some people, and it's a false sense because that level of loyalty that you have for them won't be reciprocated. The level of loyalty that you have for them is causing you, with all your greatness, to surround yourself with a person who's not that great and not that excited about getting anything done. And so you're actually bringing your vibration down so that you can match them. How many times have you ever dimmed your light so that someone else in the room can shine? And furthermore, why in the world, if you really think about it, why in the world would you even have to dim your light for this person to shine? If this person was shining, they should be able to shine regardless. But how many times in life do we actually say, let me just not say as much, not do as much, not be as big as I can be in this room right now so that this other person can get some shine off? You're my friend. I want you to shine. I want you to get yours off. But the reality is like, yo, if you need to shrink yourself for someone else to get bigger, the sad truth is that person just isn't big. You know what I'm saying? Or that person is just not shining. They're just not doing what they should be doing. They're doing other things. So many people are distracted in this world. So if they're not shining, that's a conscious choice that they're making today. And you have to make a conscious choice too. Do I want to dim my light? Because the saddest thing is that shit can become a habit. And then eventually you start dimming your light so much you don't have light anymore. Shine in this room and you're so in a cage of your own mental prison, you can't even turn your light on no more. You can't even turn this shit up no more. You can't even like express yourself no more. You know what I'm saying? Like a child would. You can't run, jump, play, draw, sing, dance, scream freely, openly, without being apologetic about it, without having to explain to somebody why you're a grown-ass person climbing a tree in the park today. Why am I climbing a tree? Because I want to experience life. So after I turn 18, I have to drive a car and live in the city, and I never can run, jump, play, sing, draw, scream. Like, reawaken your inner child and you'll see yourself shining, because children shine. They shine naturally because they're not inhibited by all the other expectations that other people have of us. Oh, I don't want to look like this in this room, so let me not do this thing. That's crazy, bro. You're living in a mental prison. And depending on how like strong of a mental prison you built for yourself, that's going to be the determining factor whether you're happy at the end of your life or whether you're sad. Most people, I think Les Brown says it, most people lead lives of quiet desperation. You're praying for somebody to come and get you out of this prison that you created and that you have the key to and that you have the lock to. But you're praying for something to come around, whether it be the lotto, whether it be a partner, whether it be like a relationship. You're praying for somebody to come and see someone to come to your address, knock on your door, talk to you specifically, and unlock your greatness. That shit is sad because it's never gonna happen like that for most people. Some people, but it'll never happen like that for most of us. Most of us gotta unlock our own doors. We gotta sit with ourselves and say, man, I gotta unlock this damn door. You know what I'm saying? Amen. Don't dim your light for no one because people hate to see you happy. Facts. Sometimes you have to cut off the pinky so the hand can survive. Real. Facts. Sometimes you got to do that, man. So I said it to say, never be shackled to just people just because they've been your friends for a long time. I always told my ex-girlfriend this for a long time. I'm like, look, I don't want to be your man by default. I never wanted to be your man by default. I never want to be your man by default. I don't want to be your man just because we've been together for X amount of time and because it makes sense and because we got all these friends and family in common now. Like, I don't want to be your man by default. I only want to be your man as long as I'm the most qualified person to be your man. You feel me? The second that changes, let's change. Let's change this shit up. You feel me? Like, the odds are, like, that the decisions you make early on in your life are probably not the best decisions to make. So let's be open enough to change this shit up. I don't want to be your man by default. I want to be your man as long as I am the most qualified person to be your man. That's it. The second someone else becomes the most qualified person to be, level change. Level up if the level up is higher than me, or level down if you need to find somebody who matches your frequency. If my energy is too suffocating for you, if you can't breathe at this altitude, then change. And some people don't want to. Some people will know that something is outshining them and outgrowing them, and they'll attempt to like squeeze it even tighter. And it's like, yo, bro, no, if we're outgrowing each other, let it go. I'm just not that kind of person. You know what I'm saying? I want people to grow, even if that comes at the cost of you leaving me. Leave me then. Leave me. Because if you're outshining and it comes in the decision that says like, you have to leave me then. Because what that tells me is that both of us have growing to do that we're not doing together. So that means apart, we will both grow. Leave. That shit might strike something in me if I'm playing around or if I'm over preoccupying the relationship over my hustle. Leave. Trust me, I've done bad on myself forever. I could do bad on myself for life. You know what I'm saying? Yes, growing love, facts. It just can't be done. You gotta let go. Okay, I'll stay you preaching. Jay Millie, what up? That's real talk, right? Carrie, thank you for the follow. Jay Millie, I'm telling you. Can't sit around waiting on others. We have to make our moves. Facts. Jason Smiles. Okay, that's sad. Right. The biggest test to see who that person is. Right. You better tell them. Right. No, it's facts. Like, we can't be shackled to these things. And then another thing too is that a lot of times we get shackled to like what other people thought of us initially. Like, okay, I'm now stuck being this kind of person. I have to, in order for this person to be pleased with me, I have to put myself into this box so that we can still be friends. That's the saddest and the scariest shit ever. I felt like that in my last relationship. Like, she was only pleased with me as long as I was a good boyfriend to her. But she wasn't happy that I was an artist. She wasn't happy that I was, making music and doing shows around the country. And like, that stuff didn't excite her. I think that made her afraid. And she was really pleased with me. And I noticed it when like we would just be on the couch hanging out together, or when I was only a boyfriend. And I'm like, I'm more than a boyfriend, dog. I don't want to feel like I have to, every time I'm with you, I got to put myself into this box so that you can be pleased with me. And the sad truth is we do that shit across the board, not even with just relationships. We all know this story of somebody will be chilling right now, and then the second their friend comes in with some toxic story, they immediately process in their mind, they got to put themselves into a toxic box real quick so that they can have a window to communicate with this person through. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to have a window that I can communicate with you through, and that's naturally just going to be this toxic shit. You came in here complaining about your day, your relationship, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. And so in order for us to see eye to eye, I got to put myself into that toxic ass energy too, to see eye to eye with you. And that's sad. That's you shrinking again. But you realize that you knew it. Okay, my friend's having a day, so we're going to talk about toxic shit for the next 3 hours. But you don't know how detrimental that could actually be to you personally. Like, you sit there talking that toxic shit long enough, bro, your life is going to be toxic. If it's raining on your friend and you're right next to your friend, it's going to be raining on you too. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't process that and you don't put that into your head, you're just going to sit there and complain and wonder why bad things are happening to you. They're happening to you because you're bringing in all that negative energy from all your people. You're trying to identify with people who are like vibrating really low. So where do you think you at? You're really low too. You had to go down to their level. And because you have so many friends that are at that level, you staying there. Show me who your friends are and I'll show you who you are. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. It's all the same. You know what I'm saying? We've heard this shit since we was children too. Like it doesn't go anywhere. Trauma bonding. Exactly. Fabulous on IG says trauma bonding. Y'all got to stop trauma bonding. Go heal. That's a fact. I had a whole conversation this weekend about trauma bonding. And I was sitting there telling my homegirl like trauma bonding is the worst. Because the sad truth is if I love you, you love me, we're hanging out and we're actually trauma bonding, but we call it love. The sad truth is that when one of us heals, this love is going to evaporate. You know what I'm saying? This love that I got for you is naturally going to evaporate because I've healed that part of me. What happens then, like, you got to be honest, is the relationship that you in or the friendship that you have, are they real relationships and friendships? Is it real friendship that I have with you or are we trauma bonding? Do we talk about complaining shit together? Do we talk about our traumas together all the time? Do we talk about how bad your life was and how bad my life was and how bad your life was and how I can't believe that happened to me and you can't believe that happened to you? You know what I'm saying? Because the reality is, if that's what your relationship is built on, that's the foundation of your relationship, trauma bonding. What happens when one of y'all heal? When one of y'all heal, that shit ends. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not in that dark space no more. You don't want to talk about that stuff no more. I don't want to complain about how bad my childhood was or the beatings that I got or the poverty that we had or the things that we had to do to survive growing up. I don't want to talk about that shit no more. Like, it wasn't good when we was there. Why are we like bringing it back? Why are we remanifesting that into our lives? You don't want that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to heal that. But what happens when I heal that? I'm going to start to see a divide between me and my friends who I believe were my friends. You know what I'm saying? Because a real friend is going to be there for you regardless. Chase the smiles. Thank you for the hand heart. A real friend is going to be there for you regardless. You know what I'm saying? Yup, you got my follow. Jay Millie, appreciate you. E.T., what's up? A real friend is going to be there for you regardless. A real friend wants you to go for that shit. A real friend is going to be somebody who propels you forward. It says, I don't care where you go in the world. You're always going to be my friend. I love you. I believe in you. Go chase your dream. Go chase your dreams. Be happy. Be successful. I want to see you win. That's a real friend. A fake friend and a trauma bonding individual is like, oh, you trying to go to college far away from me? Oh my God. Like, why? Why are you going to go to college far from me? Why are you going to a different school than me? Why are you moving to a different state than me? Why you're moving to another country? Oh my goodness. And they like, we're so stupid that we think that that's love. Oh, this person loved me so much they can't imagine being without me. No, bro. They like the status quo and they want their pieces to remain their pieces. You're a piece to them. And like, they want that around. No, bro. Like, don't tell me to stay here because it's better for you. If you're really my friend, you're going to want me to go where it's better for me. That's a friend. All my friends, I want them to be happy. I don't give a damn where you go. I want you to leave. Go to Jamaica, Peru, Paris, London, France, Egypt. Go wherever. Go to Tokyo. Live there for 5 years. FaceTime me, bro. We got FaceTime. You know what I'm saying? You're still my friend. You'll always be my friend. And I want you to progress. Because as you progress, I progress. Show me who your friends are and I'll show you who you are. The second my homeboy get a fucking private jet, I feel like I just got a private jet. I'm going to walk through the airport like glasses up. Like, yeah, don't talk to us anymore. We're up right now. We're super up right now. You feel me? But that's just because I genuinely get happy for my friends. Like, I'm genuinely happy for people, bro. Because I know what it's like to come from nothing. So when I see a person go from nothing to something, I'm so proud of you, bro. And I'm so happy for you. And I'm motivated. I'm jacked up, like, oh, for sure. And I heard this quote a long time ago that said, never be upset. I don't know how it goes perfectly. I'm probably butchering it. But like, never be upset when God blesses your neighbor, or be happy when God blesses your neighbor, because that means he's in the neighborhood. And I'm like, that's fire. That makes all the sense in the world. I'm going to be happy when God blesses my neighbor. Why? Because that means that God is in my neighborhood. God is around here. So as long as I keep my vibration high, I'm just saying the law of averages says I'm probably next to get blessed. You know what I'm saying? And it's not all about me. It's genuinely about my friend. But gotta admit, if God is blessing my homie, because when it was raining on my friend, I was getting rained on too. When this is my real friend, so when it was a bad time for my friend, it was also a bad time for me. But I did my best to work both of us out of it because I could see it from the outside in. Now, blessings are happening to my friend. Yo, blessings are happening for me. I don't give a shit if my friend doesn't cut me a check for real. Like, I'm not, that's not the blessing I'm talking about. I'm talking about energetically. My friend is up, cool, I'm up too. Great. We're having a great day today. Something amazing is going to happen in my life right now. Why? Because I'm up and I'm surrounded by winners and all my friends is winning. All my friends is eating. I'm up. We're up right now. We were down and now we're up. Life feels good. Life feels great up here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, let's be honest about that shit. You feel me? Like, show me who your friends are and I'll show you who you are. Show me your friends, I'll show you your future. It's all like that. You feel me? Boom. Let me see. Definitely. Kari says, definitely. You can also tell who your real friends are when you lose a loved one. Oof, that's fact. It's not love at all. Gotta stay aware, right? Where's the real ones, right? That's right. Live your best life. Live your best life. Fact. Thank you so much for opening my eyes. Absolutely, Jay Millie. Thank you for being up in here. Jerry Yazzie, what up, Jared? Oh, damn, great quote. When you up, I'm up. That's a fact. When you up, I'm up. And I'm not saying it like, oh, my friend has got $1 million. I know my friend is about to literally cut me a check for $100,000 because it's my friend. No, that's crazy. That's walking around with, that's like being an opportunist. And that's walking around with like the expectant, entitled mentality. No, my friend got $1 million. That don't mean I'm entitled to their million. However, if my friend just made $1 million, I have a millionaire right next to me. That means that there's a million different ways this person could teach me how to make $1, if you think about it. I have a millionaire friend next to me. That means this person could probably show me a million ways on how to make $1 because they've just made $1 a million times. This is my friend. Cool. Energetically, you already up. And then even beyond energetically, it's like, yo, you're just up. You know what I'm saying? And you should just feel happy. I'm not saying steal your friend's shit. I'm saying be happy when your friend is successful and also like maintain that, oh shit, we're winning. We're up. Great. That's just being a good person, I think. I love it. I know when I'm in the presence of somebody who is genuinely happy for me to win, just based off their responses. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got some friends, bro. I may not talk to them for years, but I'm like, yo, what's up? Hey, this thing just happened to me. They're like, okay. They light up. And I'm like, for sure. It looked like they just won the lotto. I just gave them some good news. Jay Millie, thank you so much for opening my eyes. Absolutely, Jay Millie. Like, it's like my good news makes them feel like they won the lotto. And I'm like, man, this is amazing. And I also know when I'm in the presence of somebody who's not that happy for me. I told somebody some news. I told somebody some news a little while ago, and it wasn't good news. It was like, this thing happened to me, you know what I'm saying, in January. It wasn't that great. It was kind of, it was crushing. It wasn't a good experience. I'm learning from it, but it wasn't good. I took an L. And I remember speaking to this person, and they were just like, they were holding my hand and they were telling me things like, oh, don't worry, it's going to be good. You're this, you're that. Like, they were saying all the right things, but I just couldn't feel it. And it was so interesting because I felt like my eyes were open to who this person was. And it was like, oh, okay, you're using all the right words, but you're not using any of the right emotions. And I can feel it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't mean none of the shit you're saying, do you? You're just saying all the right shit. You don't really mean it. And it's like, okay, I mean, you could tell, you know what I'm saying? You could tell after a certain point in time, you can tell with people. You could smell it. It's like, okay, this person's genuinely happy for me. This person says the right things, but you're not saying it with your heart, and I can feel it. I only want to be around people that know how to genuinely celebrate others. I can genuinely celebrate somebody else. Like, when someone wins, I want them to continue to win. I want you to keep winning and keep getting happy. And I feel like people say this shit a lot, but they don't really mean it. Like, mean it with your heart, bro. I will celebrate for you even if this is my last day on earth. Like, even if I'm literally falling into my own casket, if I see somebody celebrating something, I will still crack a smile as I lay down forever. I'll be like, oh, for sure. Because that's what life is about. It's about increase. It's about growing and shining and being bright and being cool. Like, we got the world so twisted and distorted right now that people think that being malicious is good. Being egotistical is being confident. Being arrogant is being strong. And it's like, no, bro. You could be the most powerful person in the world and still have respect for somebody. You could be the most powerful person in the world and still have respect for yourself. You don't got to be a savage to get money. You don't got to be an evil person to win. That's not true. There's two sides to every coin. There's no coin that exists in nature or in the universe that only has one side. There's two sides to everything. So there's two sides to poverty. I know I know poor people that are good, and I know poor people that are bad. Middle class people, I know middle class people that are good, and I know middle class people that are bad. And then for some reason we end up thinking, oh, rich people, all bad. No, you talking stupid. There's rich people that are very bad, and there are rich people that are very good. You just got to find the right ones. You got to find your tribe. You know what I'm saying? Because they'll help you work out all that disdain that you have for money, and they'll help you work out all that weird shit that you got when it comes to like success. Like we have a lot of mental barriers to success. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of things that block us. We put ourselves in a prison based on other people's beliefs about it. But nah, man, look, you got to be happy. You got to be happy for the people around you, and you should know that. You know what I'm saying? You should know that, like, you should just know it. You know what I'm saying? You know it. There you go, Izzy. You know, intuitive abilities on 1,000%. Facts. And it is on 1,000%. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you got to know that. You got to know that some of the people in your life genuinely want the best for you, and some of them really just don't want the best for you. And that's okay. Like, you don't got to get lost in the sauce in that. But you also got to know, like, man, there are good people and there are bad people everywhere. Boo Queen, what up, Boo Queen? Welcome to the live. Kari, are you wearing your brand? No, Kari, I'm not wearing my brand. This is Fly Supply brand, actually. This like FS. It's a really dope brand. I've been sponsored by Fly Supply for, man, years, since like 2016. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, this is a company that sponsors me. I got a great sponsorship with them, and I love them to death. Like, these are my homies. You know what I'm saying? And I just admire them. Like, they got an incredible business, and they're so professional, and they so on point, and their merch is like, almost everything you see me wear is like their brand. You know what I'm saying? So, one day I'm definitely going to, like, once I get in my bag and I actually create like a situation where we could really be partners, we're going to partner up. But until then, I'm just taking the sponsorship. You know what I'm saying? And I love it because I love promoting their brand. Their brand is actually good, and they're actually good people who actually, there you go. Like I was just saying that, like, you got rich people that are really bad, and you got rich people that are really good. You just got to find your tribe. Like, these are people who are like, yo, these niggas is rich now. However, they're also really good people. Like, they're really good people. They've held each other down for years. They've held like a lot of people down. Like, they're good people. But know what? Let them show their face, because then you know. That's a fact. Like, you know, bro, your intuition is going to tell you. Your intuition is going to tell you when you're around somebody who isn't good, and your intuition is going to tell you when you're around somebody who's amazing. And you got to be honest about that shit. Like, you got to be honest when you're around toxic people, even if they're your best friends, even if they're like your number one, you know, homie since you were in middle school. If that person is negative, take an appraisal of that, man, because that negativity that they're emitting from themselves is attaching itself to you. Like, at any point in time, you can do any kind of study on energy that you want. Energy can't be created or destroyed. It can only be transformed. So the negative energy that they're kicking out is not about, it's either going to turn into positive energy or it's going to turn into more negative energy in your body. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're a bad influence on you if they're complaining all day, if they're talking about toxic shit all day, if they're focused on gossip and the fucking rap beef that's going on right now. I can't tell you how many conversations I've had this past weekend where niggas is straight talking about Drake and Kendrick Lamar. And in my mind, I'm like, man, this world is distracted, bro. What are we talking about? Oh my God, can you believe what Kendrick said about Drake, what Drake said about Kendrick? Nigga, I can hear anything about anything, and none of it got to do with you. What are we talking about? And so many of the combos is about that shit. I'm like, I don't want to talk about this shit. I want to talk about billions and billions and billions of dollars. I want to talk about the economic power that we can accumulate that will allow us to make change in the world. I don't want to talk about this goofy ass shit. These people are all friends. Like, come on, bro. You think the New England Patriots actually hate the Bengals or actually hate the Chicago Bears? No, bro, they're all athletes. It's all a game. They're all playing. What are you talking about? I'm actually in this. I know what I'm talking about. Like, no, don't go for it. You know what I'm saying? Don't be so distracted. Like, we gotta be more focused in that as people. Like, we gotta be. And I'm, you know, I do my best to stay as disciplined as I can. But yeah, even sometimes I get lost in the sauce. You know what I'm saying? But man, we cannot be this distracted that other people talking about other people has any bearings on our lives, or we're gonna make it seem that way, because it really doesn't. Like, you're delusional if you think that rap beef got anything to do with you. Why are we talking about this shit? Let's talk about something that would like allow us to create change in our community, bro. I want to see change. I want the world to change. I believe the world can change easily if we do the right things. It may not be like the fastest thing, it may not be the simplest thing, but it can actually get done. You know what I'm saying? By people who got the right intentions, yo. And me sitting here thinking about somebody else's dumbass comments about somebody else is just like, I'm literally becoming a dumbass just sitting here listening to this. I'm getting dumber by listening to this. But if I turn that dumb shit off and I start opening up a book, then I'm going to get better. Tashaya, Naja, appreciate y'all for the gift. Thank you. Like, I'm actually going to get dumber if I sit here and I think about this for too long. It just doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? Like, focus on intentions and ignore your distractions. And it's not always easy because life throws things at you that seem important. Like, oh my goodness, this person did this or did that. Thank you, Naj, appreciate you. This person did this or said that or said this, and it's coming like this. It's coming like you. there's so many things that you might think are important that really just aren't important. And the way that you can tell is, I'll tell you right now, if you use your imagination, if you found out that you had 24 hours to live, matter of fact, not even, that's too good. Let's say you had 18 hours left to live on this planet. How much of that shit would you even care about right now? Majority of it. Like, how much would you care? How much Grey's Anatomy would you care about? I have nothing against Grey's Anatomy. I'm just saying, Sex in the City, Real Housewives of whatever the fuck, like, how much of it would we care about right now if the world was ending for you? Because when you die, your world has ended. Your world, and it has ended. Let's say you had 18 hours left to live. Let's say somebody diagnosed you with cancer today, or like some just delirious disease. You're not going to care about any of that. You're not going to care about any of that shit at all. The only thing you're probably going to care about is all the things that you didn't do in your life and how much time you have right now up until that ending point that you can do some of them things. Like, that's all you're going to care about. So if we don't know how much time we have left, that's a luxury. Like, if I told you had 18 hours, you would at least have a measurement and you'd be like, oh my God, I got to get to it right now. You're going to spend every hour intentionally doing something that matters. For the next 17, 18, you're going to run outside. You're going to kiss whoever you've been wanting to kiss for years. You're going to probably do some wild shit. Maybe you're going to do some drugs. You're going to spend as much money as you possibly can. You're going to run to the beach. Then you're going to run to the mall. Then you're going to run to the, you're not going to run to the airport, but you're probably going to rent the fastest car. You're going to do all the things that you wanted to do right here, right now, today. And I'm not telling you to live your life like that in that extreme a manner. Like, there is a tomorrow that's most likely coming for you. But I am saying, yo, all those things that you wanted to do for your life or throughout your life, if you found out your life was going to end today, you would try to compartmentalize all of those things today because they would immediately become important to you, hyper important. They would immediately elevate themselves to the top of your list of priorities. So what I'm saying is right now, you should actually spend some time thinking in that manner and say, okay, how much of this shit, if it was the last day of my life, really wouldn't matter to me? What would I really want to do? I would want to rent a fast car. I would want to go and have, fun and maybe have sex with some people. Maybe I would want to do, okay, cool. You may not have to be an intense psycho and do that shit all in a day, but you can start doing some of that stuff right now. Maybe set some time this weekend. Like, I'm going to go rent a car this weekend, drive as fast as I want to, go to the beach, hang out with some friends. I'm going to enjoy my life because it's the only one I got. When this shit is over, it's never coming back. Somebody once told me this in 2021 and it always stuck with me. He said, in the grand scheme of things, there's going to be way more days that you are not alive than days that you are alive. There was 1,000,000 years before you. There will be 1,000,000 years after you. You're here for like 50. A fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of, the multitude of this stuff. So while you are here, if you know how much time you got left, if I told you had 18 hours left, you would panic, go crazy and do it. But because you don't know how much time you have left, there's probably even more of a need for you to actually do some of those things that you want to do. Because you don't know how much time you got left. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you knew how much time you had, you would at least be able to chart it out. But since you don't know, you might have 18 hours, you might have 18 minutes, the reality of the situation. Somebody was probably watching my live stream when I first started streaming in February. That's not alive to watch it right now. Statistically speaking, that has to be true. You know what I'm saying? And so before that becomes any one of us that's currently in this live, let's take advantage of this shit. I'm not telling you to be a psychopath, but I am telling you to be a little more intentional. And I'm learning about being present right now. Like, a friend of mine is teaching me how to be present in real time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really know how to be present, but I'm doing my best. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all we got. So let's just be intentional. Energy. Like, this conversation really started talking about energy and like the people that we got around us. And we also can't be the kind of people that prioritize the wrong things. You know what I'm saying? Let's not be distracted. Let's not care about rap beefs or certain kind of wars that are happening. Let's not do that shit. Why leave the water in the kitchen? What's up with that? It looks lonely. You saying that, girl, my lips is probably dry. Yeah, I know. Actually, that's empty. Yeah, the water's actually in the fridge. What's up, Boo Queen? I haven't seen you in a while. How you feeling? You been missing your energy up in here. Izzy, OMG, I love you. Hey, I love you too, Izzy. All you care about is your family and what you've done or not. Facts. High-level conversations. I love high-level conversations. Have you read The Untethered Soul? I have not read The Untethered Soul. I have not read The Untethered Soul, but I have it right here. Yeah, sorry, it's probably reversed. Kari, The Untethered Soul. Yeah, I haven't read it, but I got it right here. It's funny because this was on my book list, and I found this shit in the thrift store for like $3. So I knew I had to grab it, but I haven't read it yet. I'm still reading Quantum Success. That's a big-ass book. Like, it's probably 400 pages or something like that. So I'm currently reading Quantum Success, and I'm also reading I'm reading Quantum Success, and I'm also reading The 5 Love Languages, surprisingly. Yeah. One of my homegirls threatened the shit out of me and is forcing me to read this book. And so we got like a little book club going on right now. So I'm reading The 5 Love Languages. It's a great book. I really got to read it. Oh, I miss you as well, God. Hey, straight up. Boo Queen. Let me see. I know I missed a lot of comments. What does it do for our own growth? It's such a waste of time. Honestly speaking, like, we end up so distracted in this world today, and it's so easy because a lot of things pop up in our lives that seem like they're important, but they're really not. Like, certain conversations that we're going to have today, we might think that they're important, right? We might be like, you know what? A person called me, a friend of mine called me, and I have to, my cousin commented, MX, most people forget to mind their own business in the meaning of not worrying about what others are doing, but focusing on what they can do for themselves. Facts, cuz. MX. That's very true. Like, there's going to be something to pop up in your day today. It might be social media. It might be like real world. Somebody reach out to you and have a conversation with you, but we got to have a high level of discernment when it comes to distractions. You know, I heard somebody say this a while ago and it always stuck with me. The devil deals in distractions. And I was like, yeah, I might need that water. The devil deals in distractions. And that really blew my mind because I was like, damn, that's very true. The devil deals in distractions. So it's like when you're going for something, your absolute focus has to be on one thing. The devil is not pleased with you when you're focused. The devil is pleased with you when you're distracted. You know, the idle mind is the devil's playground. It's like there's so many different quotes and comments and sayings that have been said for, you know, throughout the years that all really leading to the same thing. If you're not watching your mind and controlling what it is that you're paying attention to, the devil's going to come in and start twisting that shit up. Going to start knitting together a psyche without your permission. And before you know it, you're going to be thinking thoughts you don't want to think, saying words you don't want to say, and living a life that you don't want to live. So before that even happens, you got to set up a barrier in your mind. The sad part is a lot of people set up barriers and they like hide behind these things. But it's like, no, you got to set up a barrier that's fortified against the enemy, against bad thoughts coming in, negative conversations, toxicity from other people. Like you got to set up a certain kind of like barrier inside of yourself to where it's like, I'm going to be completely conscious and aware whenever the devil is attacking me in my own thoughts. And not only that, I'm also going to be hyper aware when the devil gets tired of attacking my thoughts because it's not working and starts attacking me through my friends. Because that happens at a very high level. You know, that's what happened. I've been blessed enough to notice that shit in my own life. Like, I'll sit and I have a negative thought and I'll be like, huh. And I'll just like, let me get rid of that. But then someone in my life will come and say that same thing to me. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm not feeling good today, or maybe I'm not feeling myself. And I'm like, man, I'm kind of slacking. And then I'm like, nah, I'm not slacking, man. I'm experiencing life. I'm going through it. And this is the real world. Like, this ain't a fucking video game and I'm not a machine. So I'm going to go through things, but I'm gonna push through it. But I feel like if I'm not being productive and somebody else in my life is gonna call me, yo, you're not being productive today, and then it's gonna bring my vibration even lower. So I gotta be aware of when the devil is attacking me internally and externally. You know what I'm saying? Because it happens. You know, and I always like to use this like Bible story, like Adam and Eve, right? How come we never heard of the devil going and talking to Adam? How come the devil didn't step to Adam like, Adam, holla at me, look, go eat this fruit? One of two reasons. Either the devil did go to Adam and Adam said, get the fuck from around me, and that didn't make it into the Bible because it's just uneventful. Or the devil just knew in advance, like, this dude ain't gonna go for it. I've been playing on his mind for a long time. He just don't listen to me. And you're right, we don't listen. We don't negotiate with terrorists. We don't listen to you. We don't negotiate with diseases either. And the devil understood that the devil couldn't get to Adam. So if I can get to you and you're not listening to me, let me go for the next best thing because I'm after you. So if you're not listening to me, I'm going to go for the next best thing. I'm going to go for your partner. I'm going to go for somebody who you actually listen to. I watch you all the time. I'm never sleeping. I watch you. I'm watching who you listening to and who you pay attention to. I see that you listen to your mom. I see you listen to your dad. I see you listen to your girlfriend or your boyfriend. I see you listen to this friend over this friend. Those are the people I'm going to come for. And don't worry, because I have nothing but time. So even if they don't hit you with that shit today, I'm going to wait until your trust gets deeper and deeper and deeper for this person. And I'm going to slowly start working on their mind so they can do everything that I need them to do. You know what I'm saying? And so what did the devil do? The devil went to the next best thing, the closest person that this guy trusts. Talked to the girl. The girl actually, hey, okay, cool, I'll listen to you. And then ate the fruit. And then, like, why was they not just happy with her eating the fruit? You know what I'm saying? You ate the fruit. Why was we not happy enough with that? You know what I'm saying? She wasn't happy. She had to go and share that misery with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? The shit happened to her immediately. She immediately felt the consequence of her actions, but she went and shared that with somebody. That shit is mind blowing to me. You know what I'm saying? I believe it's a lot of finessing in the Bible, so I don't take the Bible as like everything. However, if that story is the same story you heard, then we could piece apart a lot of shit from that. You know, and that's one of them things. Like, if the devil can't get to you, the devil's gonna talk to your closest friend. The devil's gonna talk to the person that you do listen to. And you gotta be aware of that. It's an internal fight and that's an external fight. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes when somebody says something that's like you're really insecure about, or like they kind of speak on something that you know you're nervous about, like, don't always take that as like some great universal sign that you shouldn't do it. Take it as, okay, the devil been playing with me, and the devil know I don't listen to you, and you know that. Like, I watch you, I pay attention to you too. Don't think I'm like out here playing around. I pay attention to the devil too. Every time I meditate, I talk to God and the devil. Every time I meditate, that's how I get down. Like, I sit there and I have a whole conversation. I want to see who's telling me what, and I got to know how they sound. I spend a lot of time with myself so I can know what them voices sound like. God's voice sounds like a whisper. It really does. It sounds like a really confident, just do this, go there, get up, say this, give that money up. Like, it be sounding straightforward. The devil's voice, and it don't make sense to me a lot of times, but God told me to reach out to somebody recently, and it didn't make no sense to me because my ego was like, hell no, I gotta reach out to this fucking person. And sure enough, I did reach out, and then now it's becoming a whole nother adventure. And I'm like, that's interesting. The devil sounds like loud. The devil sounds like rational. You know what I'm saying? The devil has reasons. The devil says, do this because of this, and do this because of this, and remember this, and remember how they played you here, remember how this happened to you. Yeah, that's how the life is. That's how life works. Just do this because of this, because of that, because of this, and because of that. And like, I understand that now. I understand that whenever I want to do something really fast and really hard and really impulsively, and it feels really good to my body, I understand that's probably the worst shit to do. And I understand the best shit to do is probably something that's calm, that takes time, that takes like delayed gratification, that requires me to sweat for it, that requires me to face my fears for it, that requires me to panic over it for a little while, and then ultimately requires me to like level up in order to get that result. That shit has always proven itself to be the best decision to make. The fearful one, the one that I'm scared to make, the one that this is like nails on a chalkboard, I don't want to do it. Always been the best one for me. And that's how I'm learning how to make these decisions. You ever met people or like study people that like, it seems like all their damn decisions are this good? Like successful people like, yo, this motherfucker just don't miss. You know, Steph Curry with the shot. Like, you just don't miss. You just keep winning. It's like, yeah, they're winning because they have a high level of discernment. They know where to plant their feet and they know where to keep stepping. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of us, we don't. We listen to idiotic people doing idiotic shit. We're so distracted. And we somehow ask our friends for advice on shit that they're eminently not qualified to give us advice on. Like, it's so crazy. But we do. Hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? This person don't know shit about that. Why do we do that to ourselves? You know, of course, like, I get it. Lean not on your own understanding. But, dog, if you want to talk to someone, talk to a pro in that. If you're having money problems, don't talk to your best friend who's just as broke as you. Talk to the richest person you know. You know what I'm saying? Let's be honest. Talk to the wealthiest person you know. I don't care if that's a lawyer, doctor, teacher, family friend, your daddy. Like, you got money problems, talk to the rich person you know. You got health problems, talk to someone who's healthy. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo. And 9 times out of 10, the people around us just may not be those people. We still ask them for advice. Like, we're just dumb like that. So we got to get smarter. But yeah, let me see. Sorry, I'm missing some of the comments. Definitely recommend. Let's see. Oh, Hannah, what's up? What's your shirt say? Face your demons. Kari, would you consider yourself 10,000 likes? Hey, shout out to us. We got 10,000 likes. Actually, we got 11,001 likes. Am I seeing this correctly? But hey, shout out to us. Frankie Amore. Yes, what up, Frankie? Welcome. Sister Les. Genova Sound, what up? Welcome to the live. Nah, man, this is real. Like, I know what God sound like inside of me, and I know what the devil sound like inside of me because I spend enough time with myself to figure that shit out. The sad truth is, too, a lot of people don't want to spend enough time with themselves because they're scared of themselves. Like, you've had traumatic shit happen to you in your life. You've had bad things that you don't want to relive, and you don't want to re-experience, and you don't even want to remember. That's why you drink and smoke so damn much and watch so much TV, because there are certain parts of your life that you would rather unsee. You're trying actively to repress these thoughts and to repress these bad things that happen to you, and you're afraid that if you sit with yourself long enough, all of that bad shit is going to come back upon you, and you're going to feel the way you felt when you was a child and you was helpless and you was at the mercy of this shit. I understand. That's called trauma. And you're afraid to do the shadow work because you're afraid of reliving that trauma because it was so bad to you as a kid. I get it. It's painful, and it's going to be painful forever until you face that. Like, this shirt literally says face your demons. You know what I'm saying? Like it's going to be like that until you face it, until you sit there and you say, I'm willing to go into the darkness of my own mind and my own heart and my own soul and fix this shit. E.T. said something awesome a little while ago. She said, when she was on live with me, she was like, yeah, the thing that happened to you as a kid, it may not be your fault, but it is your responsibility to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yeah, shout out to that, E.T., for sure. And it's true. It may not be your fault what happened to you as a kid, but it is your responsibility because you're the one that's walking around with that shit now. And then you can still punch the air and be like, yeah, but they should have never did this to me and it should have never happened like that. I get it. It should not have. I wish we lived in a perfect world where everybody was protected and taken care of and shown love and endorsed and all that shit from when we were young. But the sad truth is that clearly is not the case. That did not happen to us. The most beautiful things in nature come from the ugliest places. You know what I'm saying? So if you come from a really ugly, messed up, crazy place, you're probably something that has the potential to be one of the most beautiful things in nature. There's some flowers, I can't remember which one they are, but they grow in the fucking swamp. But they're beautiful flowers. It's like, yo, these, I can't remember what they are, tulips or lilies or some shit. But they're gorgeous flowers. And they grow in the swamp. They grow in the mud. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy. So it's the same thing. The rose that came from the concrete. Like, let's be honest. Some of the most beautiful art, all this art, jazz, rock and roll, blues, like hip hop, all of this shit comes from the worst places. Comes from the ghetto. It comes from like people getting stepped on so much that they got to find an outlet for all this shit instead of killing themselves or killing other people. Napoleon Bonaparte said religion is the only thing keeping the poor from killing the rich. So that means that there's a thin line between, us all losing our minds and killing rich people and being savages out here. So the geniuses of our communities created these outlets, created these like art forms, music, dancing, singing, all this shit so you can express yourself. You know what I'm saying? And like, it's real. You know what I'm saying? Like these are real things that we can use to like get our voices heard. But the most beautiful things come from the most ugliest places. You know what I'm saying? And go into that darkness. That's what I want to motivate you to do, man. Go into that darkness and you'll begin to like hear these voices too. And you'll be able to like discern. Like, okay, this is my voice right now. This is my higher self's voice. This is God's voice. This is the devil's voice. It's funny because those are 4 voices and it's like a cross. It actually makes a cross. Would you consider yourself religious or spiritual? I don't think I believe in religion at all. Like mainly because of that Napoleon Bonaparte quote I just said. Like religion is the only thing keeping the poor from killing the rich. I don't know if I actually believe in religion at all. Actually, also because if you Google the word religion, the root word is a Latin word called religare. Religare means to bind something. Like if I take rope and I wrap you up, like if I hog tie you, I'm binding you. I'm binding you to this thing. Like I'm restricting you. I'm keeping you stuck. It's like slavery. And so the root word of this religion is to bind people. Like that shit is. I don't think that's an accident. So yeah, no, I wouldn't classify myself as religious. I would say I'm more spiritual, but I'm also not one of them grand rising niggas either. Like I'm not one of them niggas that's out here like, I'm not out here like eating fucking bean pies. Though I do eat a lot of beans. I'm not one of them niggas like, hey queen, what's up, Mother Earth queen? High vibrations to you, grand rising. The spirits and like I just don't do that shit. Like I'm not walking around with the crystals and shit. Like I believe in some of it for sure, but I can't go for all of that shit. Like I still got to keep my boots in the ground. So I would just say, man, I got a strong belief system in the things that I can't see. And I talk to my creator often. You know what I'm saying? I do my best to talk to my creator. Like all these people that get into the fight over what God is, who's God, and what this is. Yes, these are people. What's up, Mimi? Welcome to the live. All these people who get into these fights over like who God is and what's God's name. Like I know some people that will straight up argue with you if you don't say Jesus is God. Jesus is the one. Ready to punch the shit out of you if you don't like admit that their God is the God. It's like, yo, bro, relax. We could turn that pain into passion to take power over those demons. That's a fact, super fact. Like, I don't get into that stuff, man. I feel like the best way to talk to God is to just acknowledge your creator. Be like, look, I'm not about to get into names, games, and witchcraft, sorcery, practices. I'm not getting into any of that shit. But I will acknowledge my creator. Whoever created me is who I worship. I sit and I say, man, my creator, you created me, you're who I worship. Like, I don't think my creator created me to worship somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm not going to get caught up in the name game with y'all. I'm just going to say, yo, if you created me, that's who I'm praying to. I know they playing with your name all day, but that's what I've come to. My tattoo is a lotus as a reminder from that mud. I write, hey, yo, the lotus. There you go. Yeah. I like it. I like it. My tattoo is a lotus. Hey, there we go. I love that. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't remember what flower that was. I'm like, yeah, it's definitely a fucking flower in the mud. You know what I'm saying? Morning glory is a purple tiny flower. Oh, right. Bean pies, ET. Yeah, I'm just not out here with the bean pies, yo. I'm spiritual too, and also not like the Grand Rising people. Man, look, man, my ex girl was telling me that shit. She was like, I hate a Grand Rising nigga. I'm like, damn. I thought you wanted that. What's up, my queen? Da da da. She like, man, hell no. Them niggas be taking that shit be so fake. They be taking that shit too far. Like, what's up, Mother Earth, Goddess, Sunflower? Like, nah, hold up. Where you from, bro? What is this about? Nah, I can't do it. I take inspiration from all religions, but just take what I believe in. Facts. Bean pies. Nah, hey, look, I recently had a bean pie, though. I'll be honest with you. Somebody gave me a bean pie at this event I went to, and I was like, oh, shit is fire. Like, bean pie sounds stupid to me. I'll be honest. Bean pie sound like a bean burrito. I'll be like, what's so special about this damn bean pie? But somebody made a bean pie and actually gave it to me, and it was really good. I liked it. It was sweet, and I was like, oh, shit. It's like a pie. So I was very impressed. I was like, okay, cool. I didn't know that niggas was out here really getting to it like that. Really selling bean pies. They taste so good. Hey, yo, I'm telling you, like bean pies. Yes, teaching people. MX says faith and religion are two different things. Faith is what you believe in. Religion is following someone else's beliefs. That's a bar. Like an empanada? Yeah, nah, like a bean pie. Like, I don't know. I don't know what they did, but the homie just like, yo, you want a piece of this? And he gave me a bean pie. I was like, what is this? It's like bean pie. I'm like, yo, this tastes like a pie. Like, this tastes like, I don't know, but it tasted good. It was sweet. Like the one that I had. I don't know how to get down, but with some cheese, it might be clutch. Yo, my cousin had a great statement over there. He said, faith and religion are two different things. Faith is what you believe in. Religion is following someone else's belief system. I believe that. I believe in walking in faith, man. I also believe faith without works is dead. So you gotta know what that rhythm is. You gotta know like how much faith to have and how much work to have. You know what I'm saying? It can be confusing sometimes because sometimes you like in the planning stage and other times you're in the executing stage, and then it feels like life is slapping you around to go back to the other one, and it can get really complicated. That's why success and happiness is not for everybody. It's not for the faint of heart. It's not for weak people. You got to be a strong person to be successful and happy. Because a lot of people wake up in the morning and say, I want to be successful today. I want to be successful. I want to be successful. I want to be successful. And I had a conversation with my friend recently, and I remember telling him, like, you know why a lot of people are so crazy? Or you know why we're special? He's like, why? I said, because you and I understand the difference between success and happiness. A lot of people wake up every morning and say, I want to be successful, successful, successful. And then they end up becoming successful, and then they're curious and thrown off by the fact that they're not happy. And it was like, yo, bro, you're not happy because you didn't ask for happiness. You asked for success. How many dudes work their backs to the bone, you know what I'm saying, so that they can get into the NBA, only to get into the NBA and realize, wait a minute, bro, I got to play 86 games a season. Like, hold up. Bro, this is a lot of work, and it's a lot of expectations, a lot of pressure, a lot of panic, and then if I don't perform, I'm going to get kicked to the curb, I'm going to lose all my money, and I'm going to lose all my stuff. Yeah, you thought you was going to get there, and you was going to be happy. But you didn't ask for happiness. You asked for success. Success and happiness are two different things. Some people like wake up some people walk around thinking they're the same thing. If I'm successful, I'll be happy. Forgetting that, bro, if those are the same fucking word, they will be the same word. They're not. They're two different things. Happiness is something that you choose to have every single day, despite what you may physically have in the outside world, or despite what you may physically have in the inside world. It's a choice. You got to make a choice to be happy. Success is something that you go for, that you have a goal, you set it, and then your desire is to accomplish it. When you accomplish it, you have accomplished that goal. You can just check it off your list. But it doesn't naturally give you happiness. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't really work like that. That's why you find so many people that end up getting rich and they're miserable. They're twice as miserable now. Because you wasn't focused on being happy, you was focused on being rich. Like, get your mind right. Like, you really got to ask for what you want. I told one of my homegirls that shit a little while ago. She was stressing because she needed a job. She was like, man, I need a job. I need to get me a job real quick. I really got to get this job. I really want this job. I really want this job. I really want this job. You know, because I really want this job. And I'm like, okay, like, are you gonna love what you're doing? Like, you must love what you're doing. No, I really don't even like the industry that I'm in, but yo, I really want this job. I really want this job. I'm like, yo, you gotta ask yourself what you really want, bro. We live in a society that has really America has really shown us a backwards ass way of thinking about everything. You gotta unlearn everything that you learned, and you gotta relearn like new things that are better. Like, you gotta throw a lot of that stuff out and bring in a lot of good stuff, because we have this backwards ass way of thinking. She's like, yo, I really want this job. I really want this job. I'm like, are you gonna enjoy what you're doing? No, not really. I just really want the job. Okay, you gotta ask yourself what you really want then, because do you really want a job, or do you really want money? Because those are two different things. She said, what do you mean? I said, yo, you say you really want this job, but you're not happy about what you're going to be doing. So you really want what? Job. You want a schedule, you want security, and you want money. You want money. You can give yourself a schedule, you can give yourself security, but you can't just naturally produce your own money. That's why you really want the job. So you have to ask yourself, like, America teaches us we have to go and get this thing so that we can get this thing. I have to go and get a degree so that I can be this. I have to go and get certified so I can do this. I have to go and put my time in and be an intern so that I can do it. Like, no, bro. Sometimes the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight fucking line. But we weren't taught that way before. We were taught in a very confusing, idiotic manner. We weren't taught like a simple truth, like bam, say what you want to get what you want. We were taught all this other qualifying shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to qualify myself to a man, to a person, to a human being in order for this person or this certification to give me the credibility and the validity for me to go and get what I actually want. That's dumb. Like, if you're a doctor, yeah, become a board certified doctor all day. But how many of you board certified doctors have cured AIDS or cured cancer or cured like any of these really important, or cured, MS or cured Crohn's disease? Like, not many of you board certified doctors have cured some of these things that have been around for 40, 50, 60 years. You know what I'm saying? So like, is your board certification really like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is it allowing you? Like, absolutely be a doctor and be board certified and get that shit for sure, of course. But let us stop thinking that we need to get qualified in a specific manner in order for us to get the thing that we actually want. I told my homegirl, what do you really want? Do you want the job or do you want money? If you want money, focus on getting money. The shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. Get that. Focus on that. Set your own schedule, set your own intention, and put out your own shit. The greatest thing that you can ever do for yourself in this generation that we live in right now is learn how to monetize yourself. Learn how to monetize yourself. Entire industries have fallen. So do not fall into the trap of trying to work for a specific company that is within an industry when entire industries have fallen. The taxi industry, no one gives a fuck about that shit no more. The newspaper industry, no one gives a fuck about it. I don't care which company. It could be the Wall Street Journal, it could be New York Times, it could be this one or that one, or this one or that one. No one is listening. No one's buying that shit anymore. Matter of fact, we hate the fact that you guys are printing this much paper. We despise it. Like, the entire industry is going to collapse. That's not where you want to dedicate your energy. You want to dedicate your energy into monetizing yourself, learning how to pitch yourself, learning how to like increase yourself, learning how to make yourself so valuable that no matter where you go on the planet, people will always reach out to you for your services. Not your boss, not your manager, not someone else. They'll reach out to you. You're a consultant now. You're an independent contractor now. That's the reality situation. Uber drivers, you're an independent. You could turn that app on, you could turn that shit off. I have a partnership where you could sit and say Uber is my boss, or you could sit and say I have a partnership with Uber. I own this fucking car, and Uber allows me to monetize it in a way that, using their network. I have a partnership with Uber, but I'm not their slave. I can fire Uber if I want to. I can separate from Uber if I want. It's the way that you look at it. I heard somebody once say, I fired my job in 2016, and he'd been like self-sufficient ever since. But I had never heard somebody use that verbiage before. I fired my job. And I was like, oh, that's a beautiful way to look at it. It's like, who was really in control there? Like, don't allow yourself to think in these manners to where you're subservient to something else or someone else. The most important and impactful work you will ever do in your life is monetizing yourself to the degree that you will always be self-sufficient and self-sustaining on your own without some other intermediary. Like, your customers and your clients and whoever you're serving comes directly to you and pays you without any of that like middleman stuff. Jim Rohn has a quote, I just wrote it on my board. It says, financial independence is the ability to live on the income of your own resources. That's financial independence. Like, everybody wants financial independence, but true financial independence is the ability to live from the income of your own resources. If you say you're financially independent, but you're still dependent on someone else, some sort of structure that was made by someone else that you have to rely on in order to get your shit popping, you're not financially independent. I don't care how much money you have, you're still reliant on someone else. You're financially independent when you can live on the income of your own resources. I own this thing, and this thing pays me an income consistently, bar none, point blank, period, no intermediary. This is my thing that I own, and it pays me. You're financially independent. Why? Because no one else is in control of that system. You are. It's your thing. It's paying you. You know what I'm saying? So the best thing you can ever do is monetize yourself. Learn how to monetize yourself and step that shit up to a level to where you will never have to be dependent on someone else's system. You can do as many partnerships as you want, but make sure that you have the leverage and the leeway to like always do your own thing. Never be subservient to someone else. Because again, like earlier or at the end of last year, I saw that Nike had let go 15,000 people, I think, in a department. And I was like, damn, to Nike, who has hundreds of thousands of employees, that's nothing. You know what I'm saying? But to one of those 15,000 people, that's like, bruh, what the fuck? Like, your entire world has just been taken away from you. You probably thought you were going to be with Nike until you died. You enjoyed the consistency and the stability of it, but bam, see you later. Maybe they gave you one of those packages, one of those like retirement packs. Maybe they gave you something like that. Maybe they gave you a parachute. But if not, boom, you're out in the wild and you're by yourself. And before that happens to you or anybody else, like, become an independent contractor. I had a friend, and it wasn't even my friend. I just met her that same night, but she told me some awesome shit. She was like, she was in the hospitality industry. She worked for a hotel chain, and she was like a manager or something like that. Like, she pretty much just was like one of those people who was like kind of above a manager, but like her job was to optimize the business. So she would train newer employees and train people on how to be hospitable and train people on the like techniques of this particular hotel chain that she worked at. And then a friend of hers who did the exact same thing of hers had quit her job and started working for herself and was making 3 times the money or more than that. And so she asked her friend, like, yo, what did you do? What are you doing? She's like, no, well, I pretty much I'm doing the exact same thing that I was doing at IHG or whatever hotel I'm at. Except now I left that job and I became an independent contractor, and now I like pretty much lease out my resources to these people, And so that friend who heard that was like, oh shit. So she began to do that too. So she quit her job working for that company, but then she became an independent contractor. Like, she like created her own LLC and then offered her services back to the same company she had just quit. And I was like, oh shit. And so now she was an independent contractor making her own hours, still doing the same shit pretty much in the same place. However, she made her own hours. She could like outsource whatever she wanted to. She was charging way more for because she knew that the position she played was a vital part. And she knew that they didn't have anybody that could fill that position like her. So she just left it, but then said, yo, I'm an independent contractor. Now, these are the services that I offer. If you want, now I'm billing you. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like instead of being on your payroll, I bill you. And the interesting part was that she began to do that, and she was happy because she was making a little bit more money she was making. But then it dawned on her that she could do this shit multiple times. So she began doing it for like that company she worked at, and then their competitors, and their competitor. So now she was doing it for like 4 or 5 different companies. She was making a shit ton of money. She was making a bunch of fucking money. And I was like, yo, this is crazy. I didn't know you could do that shit. I assumed that if you're in a position in the company and then you leave that company, it's going to be like, F you. We don't even want to talk to you anymore. But yo, homegirl knew that they needed her. And so she like left, but she was like, yeah, I'm leaving the company. However, I do this now professionally. If you would like my services, I'm like, that's so gangster. And I'm like, yo, if you would like my services, please have your people call my people. And they're like, what the fuck? Like, I can still do the same job, except now it's going to be like this. And I think they probably needed some time to think about it. But then when they came back, they were like, yeah, we actually do need you to like still train these people up the way that you've been training them, because, okay, cool. So they're paying her what she's worth. She's making her own hours, and she's doing it like, it dawned on her, oh, if I could do this with this hotel, why don't I optimize you guys and optimize you guys and optimize. So now she's doing it for 4 or 5 different people. I think she has like 3 people underneath her now that she's sending. So she has her own team now. So like if I was her, I would hire E.T., Boo Queen, or someone else, and it'd be like, yo, yeah, now we're the ones. And so I'm going to send you to that hotel today and that hotel this week and that hotel. And then I'm going to be over here at this hotel. And then we're all making all this fucking money. And I'm like, man, that's just so smart. Like, that is so just fucking smart. Like, it was the smartest thing I ever heard. And I was sitting here, I was at a party. It was actually a party for this company. They had a party at a friend of mine's house, big ass house. And I just ended up on the back patio talking to a whole bunch of different women. And this was one of the women I was speaking to. She was just telling me she's in hospitality. She was working as an employee, and then she left it, like decided to like get her own shit going. And then she offered her services back to that same company. And then they paid it at an increased rate. And she's just been doing that for multiple companies now. And I just thought, I'm like, that's the smartest shit ever, bro. Like, I love hearing smart shit like that. I love it when somebody does it. But it's just proof positive that, yo, the best thing you can ever do for yourself is monetize yourself. Monetize yourself. That woman is literally doing the exact same thing she was doing before, except she's doing it for herself now. Now she can go anywhere around the world, and people know to reach out to her company for their hospitality businesses to increase. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Is you're doing, you allowed this company to pay you up till you got to a point where you were qualified to do it for yourself. Now that you can do it for yourself, step away and actually do it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And see how it works for you. And I thought that was the most interesting thing in the world. Yeah. I just thought that was the most interesting thing in the world. You know, I didn't know people could actually do that, but I was sitting next to this lady and she was just telling me that. Reclaiming your power and agency over your life. Oh, that's crazy. Reclaiming your power and agency over your life. Right. Wow. Good morning to you, my friend. What's up, Timothy? What's up? Yes, that's what I did. I left a corporate job to do my own thing. Hey, shout out to you, Izzy. Facts. Where's my cheer sound? Oh, no cheers. Well, shout out to you. That was a dope move. That was a chess move, bro. That was like a beautiful chess move. And think about how many other people have the same option to do that, but they're too afraid. They're afraid that, like, she had to have been fed up. Like, let's be real. She had to have been fed up with, like, the way that things were being ran and to step away from that, because she's doing exactly the same thing, except now she's doing it for herself. She's just qualified to do it now, but she had to have been fed up because she had to be comfortable enough to say, I'm going to step away from this thing, even if they don't rehire me, even if they don't choose to, like, pick up on what I'm putting down. I'm still going to leave, do my own thing, and be the kind of person that can go into these different hospitality, companies, which there's thousands of different hotels and thousands of different, like, lounges and thousands of different, like, things in hospitality you can get into. But she had to have been comfortable saying, I'm going to leave this and I'm never coming back. And she left and she, like, did her thing. She left and, like, created her thing, and then she just offered it right back to them. I'm like, that's so fucking fly. You trained me to do this thing, so now I'm gonna quit, and then I'm gonna offer you the ability for me to do this thing for you. Amazing. I'm gonna train your staff. What are they gonna say? No? We already know this person. We already work with this person. This person's already proven. Okay, yeah, you could have stayed and we could have gave you a raise. Like, nah, I'm never gonna stay here because now I can do it here, but I'm an independent contractor. I can do it for you, and I can contract people underneath my team to do it for 5 different companies at the exact same time, and I'm making a shit ton way more money. Like, now there's 6 of me that all have freedom of time, and, like, come on, bro. I'm setting my own schedule, and I've multiplied myself. I've literally bought back my time, And a lot of times, man, we don't think about it in those terms. We get so worried about losing what it is that we have. We don't even think about how much more ground we could take. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. Think about if you had, like, let's say you had a dollar. Let's say you had $100 in your account, and you're at the craps table. Like, a lot of times, most people are going to say, I'm not going to spend my last $100 at the craps table, and it's probably not a good idea to do it. But the average person, or a person that does win, is willing to bet that $100. Elon Musk is that kind of person. That nigga, I'll never forget the story. Like, he made money. He had a company called X that was like a zip file company, like it was zipping files, and he made some money off of that. I think he made $20 million from that. And then he started another company that ended up being PayPal, or ended up getting bought, or ended up being PayPal or getting bought out. But no, it ended up becoming PayPal. And then when that PayPal got bought by somebody else, I can't remember who, he got like $220 million, $250 million. And then of that $250 million, this dude literally spent $100 million to start SpaceX, $120 million to start Tesla, and then it was like $100 million to start SpaceX, $100 million to start Tesla, and then like $20 million to start Solar City. The nigga spent all his fucking money. He just got $220 or $250 million. He spent all of that money to invest in those 3 businesses. And then he needed to borrow money from his friends to pay his rent. And I was like, bro, this is crazy. He's like, yo, after that, people like, you just made upwards of $200 million. How are you borrowing money to pay rent? He said, because I took all of my money and I put it into the projects that I was working on. Most people would never do that. But look at him now. 2nd richest man in the world next to Bernard Arnault. Now, I think actually Jeff Bezos just took the 2nd spot. But he's top 5 richest people on the planet. You know what I'm saying? Because he was willing to risk it all in something that he believed in. Most people are just not willing to do that. Most people are not willing to go off on their own like that lady did in hospitality. Say, yo, I'm willing to risk it all on what I believe in. I'm willing to cut my safety net and say, I'm going to go out. I'm going to take everything I learned in this thing and I'm going to create my own company to where I can do this for multiple different clients. Not just you people, not just Hilton. I'm going to do it for the people that are, all across the board. And it's like, yo, okay, cool. And bro, she did it. She's successful now. I met her at this popping ass party, and she's like, yeah, I make my own hours and do my own thing. I'll be in Miami next week, and then after that, I'm gonna be in, this place and this place and this place, and then I gotta go back to Vegas. And I'm like, cool, living your life. But a lot of people are just not willing to do that. Have a great day. Right? Let me see. That's cool. That's really awesome. Goes back to what you said, to just do it, knowing that it may not be comfortable. Yeah, it's not gonna be comfortable. It's not gonna be comfortable at all, but just do it anyway. Like, I eat certain foods that I know other people just wouldn't eat. I could eat an entire bag of spinach just raw by myself. I know most people wouldn't do that. And me as a kid, I wouldn't do that. I grew to like this thing because I knew that it was beneficial for me. Like, once you see the results in something being good for you, and maybe spinach isn't the best example. I got to do more research on it, but I like spinach. Going to the gym is another thing. I grew to like it because I began I fell for the results. When you start falling for the results of something, you really don't care about the process anymore. Like doing ab day hurts, doing leg day hurts, doing back day, doing all these shits hurt. But once you begin seeing the results, it's like, yeah, I know what I'm doing this for. I'm doing it for the part of this that I like. I'm doing it for the winner circle that I'm going to be a part of when this is done. I'm not necessarily doing it for the process, but then you do get a higher level of success when you do fall in love with the process. Like when you fall in love with the process, it becomes better for you. But still, like if you want to start out with something, at least fall in love with the result. You know what I'm saying? At least fall in love with the fact that, yo, I like the fact that when I eat this apple instead of eating this candy bar, what comes next is going to be enjoyable to me. I'm going to have energy, and an apple a day keeps the doctor away and all that shit. Cool. Versus like, oh, I'm going to eat this candy bar. It's really pleasing to me right now, but it's going to be terrible to you later. Then the apple is decent to me right now. It may not be as, insane tasting as a candy bar, but it's good to me in the moment, and it's going to be great to me later. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, fall in love with that later. Fall in love with that delayed gratification, and you'll see like a big change happen in your life. And I'm not perfect at all. Like, I got on the live late today. You know what I'm saying? Yesterday, I didn't even do a live. I didn't even do a live because I wanted to be present. You know what I'm saying? I had a friend over, and I was like, yo, let me spend some time being present with my friend instead of like rushing to do something else and rushing to do something else. And I know I don't live the kind of life that I'll be able to do that all the time, but I was like, man, if I could take today and just like do that, I'll enjoy it because I know what's coming, and it's like I'm about to be locked in like semi-permanently. I know I'm not going to have time for anything and anyone in the near future, like for a long time. And I'm okay with that because that's the life that I chose. But if you can't enjoy those little moments of like humanity before you go back into like an inhumane way of living your life, then cool, enjoy it. So I just wanted to be present, but I'm not perfect. So any point in time, if I'm saying something that like people might be like, oh, okay, that's difficult to do, understand it is difficult. It is difficult for everybody. Nobody has this shit figured out. Nobody. Anybody that would sit and say this is the way to success and this is the way to happiness is bullshit. Because their happiness is different than yours. And their success is different than yours. And their health goals are different than yours. And their family is different than yours. Their body, their metrics, their diet, their blood type, everything is different than yours. So no one can ever tell you how to be happy for yourself. You got to set it for yourself. For me, I love waking up at 4 a.m. I love it because I just like having an advantage. I feel like as black people in society, and especially me growing up with my environment, I've always felt like I was at a disadvantage than other people. I always felt like I just didn't have. So waking up early gives me that extra like thing in my mind. It's like, okay, if I keep doing this while other people are asleep, I'm going to have the advantage. So I like that feeling of having an edge up on competition. I like that shit. Like you're sleeping and I'm up and I'm getting to it. There's no way you can beat me. That's how Kobe Bryant did it. Kobe was like, yo, bro, if I do triple the workouts, or if I do one more workout than you, you're doing 2 workouts a day, I do 3 a day, you can't stop me. And the proof was in the pudding. They couldn't stop him. He was getting shots off that nobody else could get off. And it's like, man, because he just did that little bit of extra. Why not? Why not do that little bit of extra? How much higher can we go? How much bigger can we become? How much nicer can life be? How much more money can we have? How much more success can we have? What new philosophy of life can we have right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, can I change my philosophy on health? Can I change my philosophy on fitness? Can I change my philosophy on money? Can I change my philosophy on style? Do I have a lifestyle or am I just living? Am I just getting through it? Or do I have a style to my life? My homegirl recently was like, I like my lifestyle. And I'm like, yeah. But then I thought about it to myself, like, damn, do I have a lifestyle? Like, do I have a style that I do things with? I don't know. I don't know if I ever thought of that before. But it's like to live life with a sense of wonder and to live life with a sense of like, yo, how much higher can we go? How much better can this go? Can we fly for real? Can we fly first class? Can we fly private? Can we fly super private? Can we fly like royally? Like, how much higher can we go? Because the sad reality, you're the only thing stopping you and I'm the only thing stopping me. Like, we're not stopping each other, even if we think we are. You're not competition for me. I'm not competition for you. I could never be. You know what I'm saying? Because you have a trajectory to your life. If you choose to sit and say, because Hoodie's live streaming at 10 o'clock in the morning, I can't live stream at 10 o'clock in the morning. That's idiot logic, and you are an idiot. You know what I'm saying? And if I choose to say something that's stupid, I'm just as stupid. The reason I can't be successful is because Drake is at the top. That sounds so stupid. Like, that sounds just genuinely, like, it's one thing to be stupid and not know better. It's another thing to be stupid and know that what you're saying is stupid and still hold on to that shit as if you have a right to hold on to that stupid ass statement. Like, no, that's just stupid. That's stupid, and you know you're stupid, and you're making excuses. But I said it to say, like, you're the only thing stopping you. I'm the only thing stopping me. How much higher can we go? That's a real question we should ask ourselves. Like, stop asking yourself what's wrong with you. Stop asking yourself what's wrong with you. Stop telling yourself why things didn't work out. Stop reminding yourself of the things that didn't work out. Like, stop thinking of all the reasons as to why things won't work out in the future. Stop being so pessimistic. Like, a lot of times we might think we're optimistic. Even me, I caught myself with some pessimistic thoughts this past week, and I was like, yo, am I becoming a pessimist? I gotta change that shit around. I gotta get happier. I gotta get better. I gotta vibrate higher. I gotta change my shit up. I gotta put some new information in. You feel me? How much higher can you go is the question that you should ask yourself. Never ask yourself what's wrong with you and what's not right and what's this and what's that. Some of us who have dealt with our demons, like, that's not the question to ask anymore. You know what's wrong. Like, you know the demons. You know what you got to work on. Now it's just actually doing the work to work on it. The question you got to ask yourself, while everybody else is doing the shadow work now that you've already done, the question you got to ask yourself is, how much higher can I go? How much faster can I run? How much more can I lift? How much better can I eat? How much better can my body look? How much smarter can I be? How much can I increase my memory? My memory is literally increasing in real time. People think that I have this extraordinary memory. It's like, nah, you don't understand. I'm literally doing this in real time. I do little memory training things on myself. I'll drive down the street and I'll attempt to, like, remember somebody's license plate randomly. I'll attempt to remember the 6-digit verification codes that they send. I don't let my phone autofill it in. I like, what numbers? 621112. And it's weird because as you start developing your memory and your level of recollection, like, you'll begin to see further back. Your memory just increases. You know what I'm saying? You just got to have a desire for it. If you want your memory to be better, let it be better. If you want your vision to be better, let it be better. I know of a girl, she went to the islands and she had terrible vision when she got to the island. When she left the island, she had perfect vision. And they was like, fuck, it's not possible. She's like, the only thing she was doing was eating all the natural stuff that was on the island. And she was looking at things far away. She said she didn't have her glasses, so she kept look. She said the thing that, like, really changed her vision is she kept having to, like, look at things very far away. And she says that fixed her vision. I don't know if that's true. I got perfect vision, so I don't even do that. But that might help somebody who doesn't have perfect vision. Like, how many ailments in your body can you reprogram? Can you get rid of diabetes? Can you get rid of obesity? Can you get rid of depression? Like, how much higher can you go? This is the real question. You know what I'm saying? Where are you now? How much higher can you go? Like, that's the question I want to ask myself today. You know what I'm saying? How much higher? How much better? How much nicer? How much nicer can you dress? How much nicer can you speak? How much better can you speak? How much better can you listen? How much better can you, like, how much better can you post? How much better can you socialize? Like, so many things you can optimize in your life. You just do it. Take the time. Like, really take the time to do it. Cut off all distractions. Wake up early in the morning and you'll realize, like, yo, you got a shit ton of time to, like, make these changes happen. Most people are going to miss their lives and they're never even going to know what happened. How much higher can you go? How much better can you go? How much more can you have? You know what I'm saying? Real questions. Real question. What kind of independent contractor did she become? Oh, I don't know. I have no idea. But she's in hospitality. I don't know specifically, like, what her title is, but whatever she was doing, she was training managers and training employees of hotels. So I don't know if that was made her. I don't know if she was like a district manager. I don't know if she was like I don't know what the hell she was, but she was training managers and she was training, like, the managers, like the teams in these hotel chain. Like, let's just say she worked at Hilton. She was going to Hilton's, working for Hilton and training up their staff. Like, let's say that Hilton location isn't doing great numbers. We're going to send you over there to whip them in shape. And you're going to whip them in shape. You're going to whip them in shape. And that was her job, working at Hilton for Hilton, making whatever Hilton had for her. And then I think somebody came to her Hilton that was doing what it is that she ended up doing. It was like, oh, do you work for Hilton? No, I don't. I work for myself, but I bill Hilton. Like, Hilton pays me along with Hilton and Holiday Inn and this one and that one and that one. She was blown away by that shit. And then she's like, oh, I want to do that too. I didn't know you could do that. So she just and essentially she got a mentor. She became aware of a better position and that person just showed her how to do it. And so she separated and did the same thing. And Hilton picked up what she was putting down. Like, okay, cool. Boom. And I'm saying Hilton, but I don't know the actual specifics of which company she worked for. I just remember, it's funny because this was just a one-time conversation I had with this lady. And she just told me that shit. She was like, yeah, I was working for him and then I separated and then I bill him. I was like, okay, that's fly. We can never lose. We always win. Failure is not a thing. We learn to keep moving. Right. I mean, it's going to show you who your real friends are. Right. Anybody willing to bet that big on themselves? Of course. Others going to support, honestly, jump into line. Right. You have to be willing to risk it all for the biscuit. Right. I'm like that with okra. Okra? Absolutely. Oh, don't. I know it. Cherish the down season because when they pick up, it's stuck. Right. Bar. I'm hearing that Kanye song. Bow. Hello, good morning. Melanie, what's up? Yeah, I'm about to jump off the live right now. Hopefully this live was, like, really good for everybody that was up in here. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. I want to say maybe I did like an hour and a half today, but yeah. getting back into it, getting back into it, getting back into it. But yeah, man, monetize yourself. And then the question, after you like face your demons and figure that stuff out, the best thing to ask yourself, man, is not what's still wrong with me and what do I have to change and why isn't things not working. The best thing to ask yourself is how much higher can you go? How much work can you put out? How much better can it get? Can you enjoy your work more? Can you fall in love with the process? I fell in love with eating greens, bruh. Like, I was doing a detox in 2021 and I fell in love with eating kale. I didn't know that kale had a taste to it. Like kale, I can eat kale straight. I didn't know that. And then, but I put away candy bars and like bullshit and synthetic foods, and I started eating like better foods. And then, now I just eat really good. People don't even want to eat with me no more because I eat so damn good sometimes. They be like, yeah, you don't want to eat this stuff because it's all natural and it's good and it's organic and it's well put together. I get it. Y'all niggas want, you want Easy Mac. You feel me? But it be like that. Yeah. So yeah, how much higher can you go? Great combo. Thank you. Hey, absolutely. Chasing Smiles, I got you. Great combo. Have a good day, Miss Lady. Absolutely. Hannah, have a good day. Melanie, have a great day. I love candy. Samantha, I love candy. Thank you. Absolutely, man. Thank you guys for being up in the live. You know what I'm saying? Brooklyn, Bronx, all summer. That's what's up. I bit my tongue. That's what's up. Bookshelves. Yeah, I'm going to see you guys later. Have an amazing day. Think about the ways that you can monetize yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, detach yourself from any of that structured stuff. And then if you still love the company, you can see if you can build them. Just like Homegirl did. And get it popping. You know what I'm saying? So there's so many different things you could be doing. How much higher can we go? How much better can our life get? You feel me? Great question for today. So yeah, I'm going to see y'all later. Peace, peace, peace. It was great connecting and sharing space. Absolutely, Boo Queen. Good to see you up in here. We miss you up in here. I'm mad I missed your live, but have a great day. Your book is really intriguing. Thank you so much, Melanie. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for getting the book. Thank you so much for reading it. I'm getting a lot of really good reviews on the book right now, man. I think I need to put a whole promo campaign behind the book because a lot of people are really liking it. I had somebody in here reading it the other day and they couldn't like stop reading it. I was like, yo, stop reading that shit because it's invasive. But I was like, nah. Today's mantra. How much higher can you go? That's right. That's today's mantra. My buttons ain't working, so the wow ain't working. But yeah, the word of the day is multiple words. How much higher? You know what I'm saying? How much higher can you go? If you think about it, that's the best question you can ask yourself today. Feel me? But yeah, I'm going to see you guys later. Have an amazing day today. Hopefully everybody enjoyed this live. If you enjoyed this live, you can also go to my YouTube channel when this is done, King Hoodie on YouTube, and you can rewatch this entire live if there was something that was said in here that you really liked, or if you want to watch any of the other lives. There's a lot of game that we drop in all of these lives, and we love it up in here. But yeah, go straight to the King Hoodie YouTube channel. Hit the link in my bio, go straight to it. Subscribe to the kid. You can watch this one, and I think I'm gonna start releasing like YouTube specific content, because I really want to build the YouTube up. But yeah, I'm gonna see you guys later. Have a great day. Check on YouTube. Right, there you go. Check on YouTube. Today's mantra, how much higher can you go? Right. Yep, you just got to check it on YouTube, just like Boo Queen. All right, I'm going to see you guys later. Have an amazing day. And yeah, how much higher? Peace.